Alrighty then, it is, I look at my watch and of course it's going to show me notifications and not what the time is. It is a little bit later in the AM and I am heading over to JerBear's place and we are going to get our first swing at turkey hunting. This is it. This is the beginning of season 13. Lucky 13. I'll see if I see any birds on the way out there. Haven't been seeing them regular. So, you know, this is turkey hunting is very finicky. They can be easy to hunt if you know where they're roosting. They can be easy to hunt if you're if you get the right time of the breeding season. If all that timing is not right and all them shenanigans are not in line with each other, then yeah, guess what? It's gonna be shenanigans. Oh, the season of death is over. Cut through a little swampy area here on the way back to the turkey blind. No turkeys in the fields. Feels nice. Feels nice. Winter is the season of death. Spring is the season of growth. I am a creature of habits. My habit is nature. It's good. Good for the soul. One decoy, that's all we got.
Yep. Can you guess what I forgot?
A hat.
No. Well, yeah.
Shotgun shells.
Got that.
Your license.
Well, that's an E license, so I remember that.
I don't know.
What was the one thing you told me 3 times?
A chair.
You know?
3 times I told him to bring a chair.
Yep. I still forgot it.
Dude.
Well, I wasn't exactly prepared.
I asked you and I said, are you ready to go? You got all your stuff ready? And you're like, yeah.
No, I didn't. I did not say yeah. I said no, it's still all in the pole barn. And I went in the pole barn and there's wasps and hornets and bumblebees all buzzing all over the place in there.
Well, welcome to the 2025 hunting season.
Yeah.
You're not off to a good start.
I was not prepared at all. Not even a little bit. Seeing as I bought my license 2 days ago.
Well, I ain't seen nothing. But I suppose I should belt out a call, let them know we're here, huh?
Yup.
So why don't you tell me this story? Haven't really heard the straight story from JerBear on his deer he got.
I mean, there's not a whole lot of a story. Obviously opening day. It was opening day, and so there's the property that I'm hunting is technically private. It's my neighbor's, but the land immediate opposite of it is HAP land, so we kind of have like full coverage of our area. We can hunt any of it. And I went out opening morning with my neighbor. We hunted together, and so I sat a stand that I had set further back in the field, and then he's got a ladder stand closer to his house that he was sitting. And we knew there was a 6-point that had been around in the area for the last couple weeks, kind of getting into rut activity. So we were both sitting, came out like almost daybreak, first thing in the morning. So it was like right around, I think 7 o'clock, 7:30 is when I saw him. My neighbor missed it. Said he was playing on his phone. So it came out basically dead in front of him. and I had thought about taking a shot, but it was in front of him, and it's technically his property, so I didn't want to take the deer from him.
Did you hear a shot earlier?
After, so
okay.
It then ran the opposite direction of either of us. It didn't run towards me, and it ran like, because it came out in front of him, so it kind of ran away from him technically. So then it cut back into the woods on the other side of us that's private. So we're hunting in the middle tree line of 2 fields, and his property is 1 field, the Hapland's the other property, and the Hapland goes far on that side, but the other side it's private on the other tree line, and it cut into that tree line, and about a half hour later we heard a gunshot around like 8 o'clock. So we were figuring he had shot that buck that we had seen, which was the only one we knew was for sure hanging out kind of in our area. So we kind of got a little discouraged. We were texting back and forth, debating possibly calling it quits and going in. I actually ended up calling you on the phone and talking to you, telling you almost the same thing. We were kind of going to talk about calling it quits. And then I think I called, and I called my neighbor, but he wasn't answering, and then I looked, and the buck had come out directly next to me now. So it would have been on a 45 to me for my neighbor, and it was like directly next to me, like dead to my left. So I went to go get my gun up. My neighbor shot at it and ended up missing. And then it cut behind me through like this middle tree line, and it came out on my right hand side. So like he doesn't have a shot over there at all. So then I turned, and it actually gave me like the perfect shooting position. I had like a branch to rest my gun on and everything. Came out to my right, so it would have been just right over there. We're actually hunting almost where my tree stand is. We're like, what, 20 yards
I don't know,
away?
let me see if I can see it. I think it's right in there somewhere.
Should be other way. So that's where I'm sitting. So it came out over my right behind me, which gave me, because the tree's behind me, it let me turn and rest my gun right on a limb. It was maybe only 50 yards before it cleared the brush, and I had a shot. I shot once. Couldn't tell how great of a shot I had on it or not, so I had re-racked another round. I was using my 450 bolt action American Scout, and took a second shot, probably closer to like 75 yards. It did like one jump and then keeled over right there. So it was just off to my right. It would have been on the Hapland at that point. So it had come from the private land and cut onto the Hapland. But 2 shots dropped it where it was.
And how many years of hunting till you got that?
Yeah, a lot. We were figuring probably since I was 16 I was hunting consistently.
Well, I think
well, no, we said 14. It was like 14, yeah, because I had done the youth hunts. So from 14 all the way until 33, so 19 years that I hunted without ever getting a deer.
Yep. And I wasn't here, Gray Bear wasn't here.
No one was. It was just me and my neighbor, so my neighbor was here.
You know what I did notice?
What's that?
I think there was the last long time ago I shot a deer on state land in Gladwin, and Gray Bear was with me. And that was, I don't know, 15 years ago, 12 years ago, somewhere in there. And then the next deer that was shot by Nomad Outdoors was Gray Bear. He shot it by himself. And then yours
I was by myself.
You were by yourself.
That same year, you shot one.
Yeah. And I was by myself.
Were you in this, or were you in...
I was in this blind.
Yeah,
I was right exactly where we're at right now.
Right now, yeah. And he shot that big doe.
Yep.
And that was when he shot that one, that would have been on my neighbor's property. Yep. But he's basically given me free range permission to hunt on his property, even hunt his stand if he's not in it whenever I want. So this year I may venture onto the Hapland more. I know there's big bucks out here, like big bucks, like 8s, 9s, probably even maybe 10s this year. And
It's just there's so many people over there.
Yeah, but we've rarely seen them cutting these fields. We had one on camera last year in one of these fields, but it was late at night. It was like 2 a.m. or something like that, and that was the only time we got them on a camera in these fields.
Yeah.
So
Just saw 2 nice toms way across this field. I'm cutting through a ditch right now. We'll see if they come close enough to us. We can see what's going on.
you may want to zip that corner up so they can't see in here at all.
They come right down the tree line like they did over there. Yeah, they're working
Towards the middle of the field.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll see if they come out where they start to come out. That's where the green grass is. That's probably a pretty decent shot.
Well, the one's going too far.
Yeah.
They both are now.
Right down the middle. No, that's too far. That's way too fucking far behind. They just stayed so far away.
Try hitting the call one more time before he gets in the woods.
Definitely receptive to the calls because they came this way.
Yeah,
but
they wouldn't come in at all.
Well, no, they didn't come in. We'll see though if they dick around back there and come back out. I don't know. Maybe they couldn't see the decoy.
There's no way they couldn't see.
Well, that's a steep drop, and remember, they're not as tall as we are. So I don't know. Dang.
One was like a 6-inch beard.
Yeah.
I should have fucking just took the shot.
Well,
geez, we'll see him again.
remember when you took that shot with red squirrel? How far out was that? And then nothing. I just ended up running away.
Yeah, but I don't think they're that far. I'm telling you, I know that green right there, where the taller grass is. That's 20 yards.
Yeah, that's where the wet grass is. That's 20 yards out, and then 20 yards and 20. That's 60 yards.
Yeah.
60 yards is you're shooting pellets. You're not shooting a bullet.
I thought you were accurate to 50 to 60 yards.
I don't know. Look it up. Remember that one that you shot at there last year? That was just over and that stuff there.
It was a lot further. Now the question is, why didn't your camera take pictures?
Maybe it's aimed too high.
Because it missed them completely.
Because they walked right by it.
Yeah, and it missed them completely.
Well, I had to back off of the tree line too. I have it, rather than having it on the end, I have it on that tree that sits facing the field. I don't know. You're right though. I'm kind of irritated with that.
Yeah, because that should have picked them up.
Well, that was kind of exciting. For a bit there, eh?
Yeah, I suppose.
Oh, you kids. Us old guys. We just enjoy seeing them. That was nice. I mean, what else would I be doing right now? Working?
Hanging out with my kids.
Well, I know you got more going on in your life than I do. I thought I saw something over there too, but I can't tell. But so what did you say about? What was that one? Probably like a 4-inch beard. The other one's a 6-inch.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. And we called them over to our direction, but once they got here, got over close enough to us, I don't know if they're intimidated by the blind, the flapping windows, who knows.
They didn't strut or gobble.
No, they tried to a little bit, but not a single gobble. You're right there.
So I almost wonder if it's still a touch early
or late, who knows. But we've had some messed up weather here.
Cold. So yeah, I wouldn't have seen us missing it yet. It's been really cold, so I'd be surprised if we were late.
Yeah.
I'd be more expecting of us to be early. This is the first week it's been consistently nice.
But windy as all get up
today.
Yeah.
We have possible storms gonna roll through, so.
Yeah. It's already feeling like it wants to blow the damn blind over.
That is the case with that. That is for show. For show.
Yeah. We'll give it a few more minutes and see if anything pokes its head out, and then go see your kids. I'll go home, figure out what I'm gonna do the rest of the day, relax.
Friday, Saturday, as long as, well, Friday should be good to do it no matter what.
Okay.
And then Saturday, I'd have to have Mom come over, because I think Dakota works Friday night.
Well, we'll
figure it out.
We'll have to see how things go.
Figure it out. Maybe we won't need Saturday. Maybe Friday will be the day.
Now, I gotta work Friday.
Well, so I guess I'll be solo YOLO.
You'll be solo YOLO. Probably shoot it with no video coverage. That's how it's been. I mean, look at how things have been going lately, right?
Yup. Those were 2 nice times.
Yeah, would have been a nice one to get some turkey meat from. Well, that was mildly exciting. I don't know if I got any of the birds on camera or not. Trying to call, camera. But 2, decent sized toms. Not the most exciting big ones that I've ever seen, but, probably like a 5-inch beard, a 6-inch beard, so 4-inch and a 6-inch, who knows. It was something. Something's better than nothing. And yeah, it's hot, really hot now, really windy. So we're gonna wrap up today and we'll see what else happens. We got moved to trail camera, so we'll see if it picks up anything else. But that was it. That was day number 1 of the turkey tussle. All right.